guys, what is up? It's Claudia. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just gonna jump straight into part 2 of this video. If you haven't seen the first part of this video, it's basically me talking about my program at NSLC, which is the National Student Leadership Conference. So now for part 2 is really where I'm gonna start talking about the lessons that I learned. I kind of wrote out the lessons that I learned, but I don't know if it's going to be the exact number I wrote on here. Some of them kind of go hand in hand. I learned a lot of book stuff at NSLC, but I think really what I took away is what I'm going to share with you guys now. It's the lessons that I learned that made me a better person or allowed me to be the best version of myself. And I just want to quickly say that a lot of the things I'm saying could be common knowledge to some people. Like being yourself. I feel like you always hear that, but like things like that, I always knew them and I heard them, but I didn't know what that felt like. I didn't know how to apply it into my life until I went to NSLC. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about, is like what I got from it, how I could finally apply these things to my life. So I guess one of the first things I really realized, which I already knew this, but is I thrive on independence. I mean, I always knew I was a really independent person. Like, I like doing things on my own, taking charge, like taking care of myself. But being at Yale, living in a dorm, living in a dorm, being on your own, being responsible for all your money, food, like deciding what you're gonna do when you're gonna, like, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I was living I don't know. I just really like doing things on my own, and yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a basic one to start off with. Something I personally am always really bad at is living in the moment. I'm always that person that thinks what's going to happen 30 steps ahead, and I have to have all of it planned out, all of it, yeah. But something I really learned at Yale is to live in the moment. I kind of wasn't really thinking about anything that was happening except in that exact moment. Someone would be like, oh, you want to go to breakfast? I'm like, sure, I want to go to breakfast. Like, you know what, let's go here right now. I don't know. I was just very focused, trying to make the most of my experience, I guess. I think the fact that I was also constantly busy really helped me to fully soak in the environment I was in. Like, I always had something I had to be doing, but even in those down, like, free times, I didn't allow myself to go to my room and like dorm and sit there. I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna live it up, make the most of what I have right now. And so I would go out, get ice cream, go shopping, we would walk down the streets, like, dancing, singing. I'm normally not like that. So third thing is I really didn't care what others thought of me. Usually just, I'm like, yeah, like, I can't do that, like, I'll look stupid, yikes, like, I'm not gonna do that, like, some people are gonna think it'll look silly or something. I went there, I didn't give two frickly fracks about what people thought about me. It was like 10 o'clock at night, we're like blasting Victoria songs on a 20-minute walk back to our dorms, and we're just singing, dancing. There was one night I had a bunch of ice cream and I was really hyper before our lip sync battle, and I was like talking to like some of my friends there, and I was like jumping around, talking really fast. I went up for the lip sync battle with a couple people. Like, I would never do that, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna see these people again, so that's fine. And there were times, like for the lip sync battle, at first I didn't want to go up. But then I kind of had to constantly remind myself that I'm never going to see most of these people ever again. But also, everyone is focusing on themselves, trying to better themselves through this program. So why not just do what I want to do? So I did it. Also, number 4, I guess, is I learned how to approach people and talk to them. This is kind of weird. But there'd be people and I'd be like, so for example, at school, if I see someone, I'm like, oh, they seem cool, I want to talk to them. I won't. Here, I was like, you know what, this person seems cool, like, I want to talk to them. Walk right up to them, hey, my name's Claudia, how's it going? At the beginning of the week, I really struggled with it, but by the end of the week, I was talking to people, and I was just like, okay, yeah, and we were having great conversations. Number 5 is kind of more of an NSLC, like, reference to our program, but it's not to be a toe dipper. So basically, you know those people that, like, dip their toe in the pool, and then the people that jump in? yeah, I learned how to jump right into anything I was doing. I don't know, I was just so in the moment, as I said earlier, that I was just doing fun stuff left and right. Number 6 is that I learned about other people and I learned to be a better listener. I got to know so many cool people that have been to so many cool places with amazing, interesting backgrounds. And I would just sit there and I would just listen to these people talk. And I was in shock. I was like, oh my god, like the people I am sitting with at this table right now are so cool. And I was just so amazed. And usually I'm the one that doesn't shut up. And yes, I had my moments like that, but I also learned how to pay more attention to other people and like, wow, everyone has like this amazing story to tell. Number 7, which I think is one of the biggest ones, and it's one of the ones I said I'll mention in my last video about Joel's lectures, what I discovered. So this is one of the main things I said at Joel's. I went up in front of a room, about 80 plus people, and I said this in front of them. Even though I like to talk a lot, having an audience's attention is something I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't like being the center of attention for as much as I talk. People, I think, would be surprised to hear that. I really dislike being the center of attention. I have a lot to say, but I don't like everyone's eyes on me. So the beginning of the week, in our groups, in our TA groups, we would be talking, and I'd be sitting with my laptop, and I'd look at the guy next to me, I'd be like, hey, like, isn't this wrong? Like, that's messed up. And then he'd be, hey guys, Claudia brings up a good point, and then he'd say whatever I had to say. But about a day or two later, we're sitting in TA groups, and I wrote out this thing, and I read it to the guy next to me, and I'm like, is this good? He's like, yeah, okay, read it to everyone. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not reading it to everyone. Are you kidding me? He's like, Claudia, you're reading it to everybody. And I'm like, he's like, get their attention. And I'm like, I can't do it. And then he goes, guys. So they all calm down. He goes, Claudia has something to read. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is not happening right now. So I'm like, okay. So I go and I read my little thing. And I was like, yeah, that's really good. So that was kind of the beginning of that. By the end of the week, I was walking up to our whiteboard in our room, and I was like, okay guys, so we're going to make a pro-con chart comparing this, and that, and so what are your ideas? And then I'd be like, we need to take care of this, get that done, this, and that. And I was like talking to everyone. I'd be like, okay guys, like, I need to share this. Does everyone want to watch the commercial? And I just had like a complete like personality flip in that aspect, and people were even telling me that, so I was glad that that was something like people noticed. Also, Joel's lectures, all week he'd give you the opportunity to stand up and share, and I never ever wanted to go up. The last night I was like, you know what, I'm doing this, and I go up there and I was talking about how I learned to be myself and all this stuff, but I kind of got that nervous feeling, so I sat down. Joel goes, you guys can come up one more time if you didn't finish what you wanted to say, or if you didn't stand up in the first place. So I go back up there, and I was like, okay, I got nervous the first time I was speaking, and that's how I usually get, but I just want to say, like, this week that changed for me. And I went, and I finished, and I sat down, and I was chilling. Yeah, I don't know, I think that's cool. I mean, now, I don't know if you guys can tell through the camera, but I definitely feel a lot better speaking now to a camera too. Like, before I'd be like, okay, like, you guys, like, I'm gonna look normal, and now I'm like, okay, so this is what I learned, and I can, yeah. A couple other things. I've never felt more alive in my life being there. I've never felt more myself being there. I don't know what it was. I think everyone just had the space, and they knew that they could be themselves. Yeah. Also, I learned that being different is good, even from a business perspective. Like, it was kind of more, we learned it from a business perspective, but I definitely applied it to a life perspective, is to be different. The final thing is to take risks and get out of your comfort zone. I definitely went out of my comfort zone. Like, everything I did there I felt like was out of my comfort zone, but I felt so happy about it. I really just wanted to sit down and film this video because I know how I'm feeling right now about this program and how much joy it brings me, like, that I went there and what I learned. It just makes me so happy. And I feel like maybe one day in the future, if I'm feeling down or I'm feeling uninspired, I can come back. This is a video more for myself. I can come back and be like, remember that time, Claudia, that you went to NSLC? Like, put yourself back in that mindset and how you felt. That's what I want to be able, like, I want to feel like this all the time. I don't know. I'm just in a really happy mood. Like, ever since I've gotten back, I've learned a lot. I'm really happy. I don't really know what else to say besides that I hope that if you're going to NSLC, this helps you. If you're just looking for some advice in general, just live your best life, you guys. I think the best piece of advice I can give anyone watching this video is something that I learned there. And best thing I learned there that I actually haven't mentioned yet is when we got a poem read to us. I don't remember what the poem's called, but basically the gist of it is, when you're on your tombstone, when you die, on your tombstone you see this, the year you were born and the year you died. And then there's the dash in between. You want to live that dash of your life to the fullest, because that's what people are going to remember about you. That's what you're going to remember about your life. You're not going to remember that start year. You're not going to know that end year. But what happens in the middle is what's most important. Live your life to the fullest. Some people, I tell them things I want to do and they think I'm crazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go there, I'm going to explore this. And they're like, okay, like, that's impossible. Like, you're not going to do that. And I'm like, you know what, you watch me. And it's also that optimism and that mindset that you need that will get you there. Sorry, that just got a little ranty, but all I've got to say is to live your dash. That's kind of my little thing lately. Live your dash, which is the dash on the tombstone, if you didn't get that reference. But actually I want to see if it's actually like a poem. I'll look it up for you guys. So that's gonna be my final little thought for this video, leaving you guys something to think. Yeah, I'm just really excited that I got to share this with you guys, and thank you for watching this video. Like, really, thank you so much. I really appreciate it that you took the time to listen to me ramble about things that are going on in my life. If you want to see more videos from me, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Happy whatever the day of the week it is, you guys. I love NSLC. I've never smiled this much in a video before. So, okay, I'm gonna go now because I have a lot of other things I need to take care of today, and it's currently 12 and I have people coming over and my room's a mess, but I just wanted to film, so